Good morning. Welcome to Pittsburgh Focus. I'm Cris Winter. Thanks so much for joining me on this Sunday morning. We have a lot to cover this morning. We're going to be talking about pancreatic cancer. There is a big fundraiser coming up this coming Saturday, August 13th. We'll give you all the details on that. But first of all, we welcome to the show John Kisel. John is actually a pancreatic cancer survivor. His daughter is the donor and corporate ambassador for the Pancreatic Foundation, Jessica Turberville. And John, we welcome you to the show this morning. Thanks so much for taking time out of your Sunday morning to be with us on Pittsburgh Focus.
Well, thank you very much for contacting me.
Well, John, can you tell us a little bit about exactly what is pancreatic cancer?
Pancreatic cancer now has surpassed breast cancer to become the third leading cause of cancer death in the United States. It's actually expected to be the second leading cause by the year 2020. The survival rate of pancreatic cancer is very poor. It's just about 8% of people that will last longer than 5 years, which is very dismal. This year alone, they have a little over 58,000 Americans will be diagnosed with the disease, and approximately 42,000 will die from that disease. The mortality rate for pancreatic cancer is so very high because there really is no outward signs, of something wrong. Normally when it's finally discovered, it's already at a stage 3. Pancreatic cancer goes to a stage 4, which is the worst. So people that are diagnosed with it are already pretty sick by the time they're diagnosed with it. And that's why we need, more funding for pancreatic cancer research. So, our great scientists can try to find early detection methods and give us patients a good fighting chance.
And John, for your story, when did you find out that you had pancreatic cancer, and what were your symptoms that you knew something was not right?
I was diagnosed with pancreatic cancer a year ago this past January. I just turned very, very jaundiced all of a sudden. And I went to my family doctor, and they sent me for more tests and found out that I had pancreatic cancer. And that's the only thing that sprung out. You're not really ill. You don't feel that bad. It just all of a sudden it comes on. And the same with my mother. Like I said, my mother passed away from pancreatic cancer, and she had no outward signs. Just all of a sudden, she got sick, from it, and the doctors diagnosed that.
When it's pancreatic cancer, would it be a tumor on your pancreas then?
Yes, it's a tumor on the pancreas. Mine happened to be a tumor right at the head of the pancreas, which they were able to go in and do a surgery on. It's called a Whipple surgery, very extensive surgery. My surgery was 13 and a half hours long. So.
Wow.
You can go from there. It's very extensive, very time-consuming, but with the help of my surgeons and my oncologist, we're fighting it. My surgeon was tremendous. I love the woman. She was the greatest thing that happened to me in this case.
What are the treatment options for someone who discovers that they have pancreatic cancer?
Treatment options right now are chemotherapy, of course, the surgery that you would have. They do some radiation. Other than that, there's really not much else they can do. There's several variations of chemotherapy that they can do. I started the first one, and it quit working. What happens is your body builds up a tolerance to the chemotherapy, and finally it will just start fighting it. It won't let it do its thing. So I'm on the second phase of chemo, which is much stronger chemo. Luckily, I have not become ill from it. I haven't been sick, but the fatigue is tremendous. I can do stuff for 5 or 10 minutes, and then I have to sit down and take a rest or even take a nap, just depending. It's different treatments. There's another treatment coming up that if this one starts to discontinue working, then I have to go on another one, which is a lot stronger, and there will be more side effects. So I'm hoping the one I'm on works for a good while, and then we just keep fighting it,
Absolutely. We hope that for you as well.
Thank you.
When you talk about the surgery, do they do anything prior to the surgery? Are you getting radiation or chemotherapy, or are they just going in, doing the surgery first, then seeing how things are, then start chemo or radiation?
When they do the surgery, you go for many scans, to find out where exactly the cancer is, how large it is, and then they do the surgery, and then you come out, and then that's when they start the chemotherapy or whatever treatment they're going to do at that time.
Are there clinical trials, are you aware of, that are going on for pancreatic cancer?
Yes, there's many clinical trials going on. There's a very good one at Johns Hopkins in Baltimore.
Right.
The problem with the clinical trials is that your insurance doesn't necessarily cover any of this.
Exactly. Yes.
If you're going there, you're basically going on your own, to try to help other people. And I understand that, but as we all know, with the cost of insurance, it's so expensive. And if the burden is put on you, that makes it hard. Plus, you're away from your family. You have to pay for your lodging. You pay for your meals. That all has to be taken into consideration also. Anyway, I'll be the first one out there to help anybody that, if I could do something to help, I want to help. But you have to look at it from a personal point of view also. So
right. How has treatment affected your life as far as, your surgery that you had? You said you were under the operation for over 13 hours and then you're undergoing chemo. How has that treatment affected your well-being? Are you able to work? Or do you know, like with chemotherapy, that after a couple of days, I always hear from people that have gone through chemotherapy that, when they get it, they feel fine, but they know by day 3 they're going to be down and out for the day. Or I know everybody's different.
Correct. With the first round of chemotherapy, I would get it on a Monday, and usually by Wednesday, I was feeling better.
Okay.
Not as lethargic and
right.
Tired. With the second dose of chemo I'm getting, it's much stronger, and the recovery rate is a lot longer. I get it on a Monday, and normally it's till the weekend till I start feeling better at all.
Oh wow!
Just very tired. Just no get up and go at all. It really wipes you out. And then the new chemo that I'm taking, I get 5 different types of chemo. 3 of them are administered at the cancer center at the Forbes Regional Hospital in Monroeville.
Okay.
And the other 2 are administered through a pump, which I bring home and I wear for 2 days.
Okay.
And that pumps that in over a 48-hour period, at a certain rate. So,
have you been told, is there a cause for pancreatic cancer, or does that seem to be like the big mystery?
That's the big mystery, what the cause is. They're trying to work on it. They can't necessarily say it's genetic. I've had genetic testing done to see if that's, since it was a direct route from my mother to myself, that didn't come back. I had my children all checked because of the connection already.
Right.
And they've all checked out okay. They do suggest that every 10 years now, they get checked again just to make sure. No, it just seems to sort of happen.
Yeah, and like you said, when you don't have any symptoms or you're not feeling well for months on end, then you realize something. You said by the time people find out about pancreatic cancer, it's already probably stage 3.
Right. Yeah. As I said, there's no outstanding sign to give you a warning saying go to the doctor and get checked. It's not there.
We're speaking with John Kisel about pancreatic cancer this morning. John, tell us a little bit about how the Pancreatic Cancer Action Network provides support for patients and caregivers.
We provide support for patients through treatment options, clinical trials. They do have a terrific diet, nutrition, and symptom management information resources. Clinical trials are very effective if you participate in them, of course.
Mm-hmm.
We could do a personalized search as far as clinical trials to help somebody find the correct trial that would work for them. There's a lot of information available on the Pancreatic Cancer Network. Can I give the website for it?
Absolutely, please.
Okay, you can log on to www.pancan, that's PANCAN.org/Patient Central. And that will provide wealth of information for anybody that's going through it, knows somebody that's going through it. It can really help explain a lot of things. There's plenty of information out there. They're more than willing to send you to read.
Mm-hmm.
It's a wonderful organization.
And John, with the Pancreatic Cancer Action Network, do they have support groups? Are you yourself in a support group or your family?
Yes, there are support groups located throughout the Pittsburgh area. We're involved in one. We got involved in this one when my mother passed away, and then when I became diagnosed, we just continued, obviously. And one nice thing about that is what's going on.
Right.
You can talk to other survivors. You can talk to, we have doctors come in and speak to us about different trials that are going on and things that could be done. It's a good experience, and we have a nice time. It's a good core group of people. We try to get together outside of that meeting and just discuss our problems and what's going on. So
right now, people obviously can participate. There is PurpleStride Pittsburgh coming up on August 13th. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, PurpleStride Pittsburgh. It's being presented this year once again by HM Insurance. It's a real family-friendly type of walk and run. It's being held on the North Shore, right by Heinz Field. It's a real nice day for people to get together, to talk to survivors, to talk to people that are diagnosed with it, just to get a real nice interaction with everybody. It's just a very fun-filled day. There's things there for the children to do. They have little play areas. They have information booths. It's right at the North Shore Riverfront Park, like I said, right by the Heinz Field. If you would like to participate in this, you can register online, and you can register at www.PurpleStride.org/Pittsburgh. That'll go right in for our local affiliation. They're also offering a discount code off your registration fee, and the discount code would be PS Radio, RADIO.
Okay.
You get a 10% discount off your fee. You can always go onto the Pancreatic Cancer Network, which is www.pancan.org, and find a local group in the area, find a local team, because we have many sponsored teams for this event.
Okay.
They go out and they raise money. Each team tries to beat the other team to be the best, and like I said, that's sort of fun-filled too, because you have a little, just a little bit of
competition.
Competition
It's
going
always
back
healthy.
and forth between everybody, and that works out very well. It's the biggest thing I have found out with pancreatic cancer is if you have your family is backing you and they're behind you, you're 100%. That's the biggest thing.
Absolutely.
You have your family behind you. You get your attitude working correctly, and you go from there.
And let's remind people that this is a family-friendly 5K timed run and walk that, again, will be held on Saturday, August 13th. It is the Pancreatic Cancer Action Network and PurpleStride Pittsburgh. Again, that's happening at the North Shore River Park, August 13th, coming up this Saturday. John, once again, can you give us the address on where people can get registered?
Yeah, the address would be www.purplestride.org/Pittsburgh. And all the information is right on it. It's very easy to walk through and register.
And we encourage everybody to go, because this is an event that's an opportunity for survivors, family, friends to pay tribute to those who have been touched by pancreatic cancer.
We spoke earlier about my surgeon. I just sort of wanted to say that to the end. My surgeon's name is Dr. Suzanne Schiffman, and she's out of the Allegheny Health Network. She's a young girl, 35 years old, terrific surgeon, a terrific person, the kind of doctor that everybody would like to have, that's willing to sit down, discuss your problem, not feel like, okay, tell me what you want, I have to leave.
Right.
She would sit there with me as long as we needed to discuss all my problems, what we were going to do, what was going to happen. I tell everybody I just love the woman. She's a terrific person, a terrific surgeon, and she's one of the main reasons that I'm still here.
And that is the reason why you need to check out the PurpleStride Pittsburgh. Again, it's Saturday, August 13th. It's a family-friendly 5K timed walk and run that is happening over on the North Shore of Pittsburgh. John Kisel is our guest this morning, talking about pancreatic cancer. John, on behalf of myself and everybody here at WISH 99.7, we certainly wish you the very best, and thank you so much for sharing your story this morning on Pittsburgh Focus.
Thank you very much for contacting me, and like I said, let's fight this disease to the very end.
Absolutely.
All right, Cris, it was very nice speaking with you.
Nice speaking with you, John. Best of luck to you.
Thank you.
Take care now. Bye-bye.
Bye.